the Instagram Live interview series. He's from Baltimore. You probably seen him in Step Up. You probably seen him in Freedom Writers. But if you are old enough, in middle school or elementary school, he had hits like Just a Friend, Let Me Love You. I can keep naming. He goes by the name of Mario. What's going on, man?
What's up, dog? Thanks for having me on your show, man. Appreciate it.
Man, thanks for tuning in, bro. You know, you just dropped this new single in the video. We're going to get into that. But for those who are just tuning in, those who've been Mario fans, people want to know, where has Mario been for so long?
Yeah, man. Man, I've been evolving, man. Evolving, still working on music. I release music here and there, pieces of music. I release singles here and there, but I've really been preparing the world for this body of work that I've been working on. It's entitled Dancing Shadows. I actually went to London to record this whole album. I recorded here and there in the U.S., but Jake Gosselin is an amazing producer I work with who helped me to executive produce the project, and really just wanted to create some new vibes, man, and reintroduce just generation to, you know, the new wave of R&B and where I feel like R&B is going, or my take on it, if you will.
For sure. So we're going to talk about your point of R&B, but we're going to keep it back then. So, you know, you dropped Just a Friend in 2002. You dropped Let Me Love You in 2004. So how does it feel knowing that both of them records are still to this day like something that everybody can relate to, something that that brings up everybody's childhood memories, you know?
Man, like I was just talking to somebody earlier about that. You know, I think what's special about R&B is that, you know, it's a genre of music that kind of is passed down from generation to generation, and
For sure.
you know, it connects with people in a way where it's like you listen to an R&B record and it like take you back to where you were when it first came out. Your boyfriend you might have been with, your girlfriend you might have been with, or, you know, when you think about Just a Friend, like that was a remake that was done in 1986. The original was done in 1986. I was born in 1986. So, you know, to remake that record, not only did we bridge the gap between generations, we introduced the generation to a new sound in R&B. When I put out Let Me Love You, we introduced, you know, R&B into a new generation. So I feel like every time I release music, it's always been a reintroduction of R&B in a new way. And plan to do the same thing with this one, man. And real quick, I just want to shout out to all the fans out there who've been showing mad love with Drowning, the new single. And also shout out to DMV. I know you're from DC, right?
Yes, sir. Shout out to the
Shout out
DMV
to
audience,
DMV,
bro.
bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we're just keeping it strong for the R&B, on the R&B tip. And you know, I personally feel like a very strong connection with my core base and my fans because we've grown together. You know,
sure.
I started when I was 13 years old. So like this is just like a
You went
reintroduction.
from Mario with the braids, braid my hair, Mario, cut them off, Let Me Love You, to
Right.
how could you breathe, like all of that. So just like you said, just the fans being able to adapt with you. Then now you came out with Drowning, something that's, you know, at a different age experience that people can experience what that actually song means, you know?
So yeah, I mean, the album Dancing Shadows, it'll be out late fall, but Drowning is like, you know, just for the R&B lovers, for people who are looking for music to have them in their feelings and just, you know, just to evoke that emotion again that R&B is great at doing. That's what that record's for. The video's out now too. If y'all haven't seen the video, it's out right now. Check it out. Directed by Brad Wong and edited by me and him. It's a dope piece, but the album itself takes you on a whole different journey. Like I'm showing you a whole different side. Come here. It's too hot up there. Come here. I'm showing. It's my dog. Showing you a whole new side of me as an artist. You know, you're gonna see why, you know, I've been gone and like what I've been working on and how. Like I said before, I'm just connecting the dots between generations with the type of R&B I'm going to be releasing. It's not all love songs. It's not going to all have you in your feelings, but there's a lot of aware substance on here where I talk about growing up in Baltimore. I talk about, you know, shadow work. You know, I talk about inner power. I talk about your own personal perspective of your life and how to, you know, how to gain your light back and your power. You know, really a lot of it is influential. It's influencing the culture to be more aware. You know, yeah, man, just trying to do something different.
And that's the thing, man, because a lot of people think that R&B music is just solely about relationships, but R&B music connects
Right.
people on a whole different level than, you know, most genres actually can do.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you think about like when I was growing up, Marvin Gaye, like for example, he had put out a song like I want you and you want me. Then he had put out oh, what's going on? What's
Facts,
going
for
on?
sure.
Tell me what's going on. And it's like, you know, R&B, like for me, I think it got away from being cultural relevant and turned into more just like, you know, love songs, and which is great. There's nothing like a great love song, right? But for me, because of where I come from, coming from Baltimore, there's so much more substance there that I never shared through the music. And with this album, I wanted to, you know, introduce that side of me, which is why I called it Dancing Shadows, because it's showing you different perspectives and sides of my whole being, if you will.
And I definitely was going to ask you that because first, I think you wanted to name it Paradise Cover, and then it went from Cosmo 17, and then now it's
Yeah,
the Dancing Shadows. So what made you
yeah.
want to actually disregard them two previous names and just make it Dancing Shadows?
Um, well, I have a song on the album called Dancing Shadows, and I was trying to like figure out a title that kind of tied it all together, not only just with the album, but also my who I am as a being. You know, I'm into mysticism. I'm into universal knowledge, and these things I apply very closely to my path in my life. And without understanding that side, like coming from Baltimore, is like there's a lot of trauma and a lot of things that I didn't know that was still within my own being. And as I got older, I started seeing these things come out, and I'm like, yo, I don't want these things to be strongholds to stop me from my highest potential. You know, so I had to do some shadow work
Right.
with myself and like, you know, learn how to live with my demons, and you know, a lot of that inspired the title as well.
Now let's talk about the new single, John. And of course, like you said, the video is out
Yeah.
right now. The actual meaning of the song that I got is like, okay, well, you in a situation where you still on your old love with your ex, and then you got this new situation, but you can't really let go of the old situation.
Yeah, like basically I was in the midst of like healing from my last breakup, which I was together with my ex for like 2 years, and then
Okay.
I met someone in the midst of that, and we were just friends, and then one thing led to the other, and yeah, it was kind of like love and lust. I wouldn't say it was all lust, but you know, there was definitely a lot of physical attraction there. And yeah, I was like drowning in between it in those two emotions. I'm sure some of y'all can relate to that out there, but yeah, that's pretty much what the song is about. And I just felt like in this day and age with like social media and like you break up with somebody, it's 9 times out of 10, you know, if you're not focusing on like yourself, you're gonna meet somebody super easy on the gram or like through social media. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not
Right.
over your previous situation, sometimes we tend to try to fill that void with something new, you know?
Yeah, that definitely a lot of people can relate to that because a lot of people tend to move on to a new situation when they still have this old situation that they went through, and then everything they went through in that old situation, they bring it to a new situation, which isn't really a good idea to do at all, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's human nature to I think it's in our like programming to become attached to things, you know? Like attachment sometimes can be viewed or misconstrued as love when it's not love, it's just attachment, you know what I'm saying? And that's something you learn as you get older, I guess.
Nah, most definitely. So can people look out for Mario on the tour after this album? Matter of fact, when does the album even drop?
The album's gonna drop late fall. We don't have an
Okay.
exact date for it yet. We're actually shooting like 4 more visuals right now. So that's crazy, and like um it really gives the fans the idea of what to look forward to for the tour and for the shows and like what the album is about. Um, so yeah, we're gonna drop it late fall. We don't have an exact date, but yeah, stay tuned. You know, we're
You
gonna,
gonna
we're
have any
gonna keep it coming. Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
you got any features on this album?
I'm working on features right now. Like so, I got a couple artists I'm talking to that's like, honestly, like friends of mine that like I've known for a long time, but they just starting to really do their thing, and like, you know, that I'm really proud of. I just want to make sure it's authentic. You know what I'm saying? For me, like everything is
Nah,
about
for sure.
authenticity. Authenticity. Like if you follow my career, if you follow like me on the gram, and like everything for me is authenticity, and I think that's the best way to like kind of continue to, you know, inspire people to stay in their authentic vibes as well. So yeah, look out for that for sure.
Yeah, so everybody look out for all that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna allow people that's tuned in ask some questions. I know you can see the comments right now too,
You
right?
said I was focusing on the interview, but now I'm looking at the comments.
All
Take
right,
your time.
so
Can't wait.
anybody, if you have a
Mario waiting.
question to ask
Lindo,
Mario,
adios. Hola, mami.
go ahead and
Make
ask
sure
him
you
a
stop by
question. Make
too.
sure that they good questions though.
Yeah, yo, ask me some questions. Whatever y'all want to know. What's up? What's good? Let's see. I love you too. I love how your mind grew up. Proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The name disappeared. I can't remember what it is. Can't wait for your new music. New music out right now. Drowning. Go check it out. The video's out too. Thanks. Authentic. Absolutely. It's all about the authenticity, especially today, man. Like, if you got a dream, if you got goals, like, it's right now is our time. You know, as human beings, like, there are no limits to what we can accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And I think people are ready to be inspired on so many different levels. So,
For sure.
yeah, keep
I
coming with
seen it.
that.
I seen a good question. I missed it though. Hold up. Uh, Somebody said, let me see. Let me see. Well dressed underscore Southern Belly. How do you stay strong after the passing of your mother?
How do I stay strong after the passing of my mom? Well, you know, my mom had been struggling with heroin addiction for a long time before I was even aware of the fact that she was, you know, from a kid. So, you know, I've been through a lot with her, um, faced a lot of her demons with her. And it wasn't the first time she had an overdose. She had multiple overdoses. So I was kind of like, of course, it was painful, and it is painful when I think about it. But I had been through so much with her that when she passed, you know, the first week was like, it was like hell. But after that, you know, I felt her energy with me all the time, and I still feel her with me, you know. And after that, it was just a matter of just being positive about it and understanding that, you know, I'm happy that she's not suffering no more, you know. And there's a purpose and a reason for everything. And I don't think I'm not really into the death is final perception. I think that death is just a new beginning, you know, on so many different levels. So I still feel her energy here with me, you know, and I hope that her story inspires other people to stay strong. Um, but I do meditate a lot. I do a lot of shadow work, you know, within myself. So I don't try to run from pain when it come up. I let it come up, and I just don't judge it, and I kind of just love myself through it, whatever that is. You know, I just lost my dog like a week and a half ago. You know, he died right here in the house, and I think death is just something that I'm kind of like used to growing up in Baltimore, like seeing friends and family pass a lot. So I have a weird relationship with it, and I don't think it's final. You know, I still feel my angels around me. I feel like every time I lose somebody I love, I got another angel watching me. You know, so I don't know. I don't know where I get the strength from. I just know that there's a purpose for it, and then my life and what I do is bigger than just me. You know, I'm here for y'all. I'm here to be an inspiration to people who are going through way more shit than I've been through. You know, so I mean, that's just how I look at it.
Hey, much respect for you sharing that, bro. Because
Yeah.
somebody probably going through the same thing, and just being able to share your struggle that you overcome to anybody that follow you. That's much respect on that. Let me
Thank you,
see.
bro. Let's see who else. What else we got in here? What are other artists I'm listening to? Kendrick Lamar, her. I've been bumping her lately. Crazy. ASAP Rocky's album's dope. There's so many artists, man. Sometimes I just go on like and stream a bunch of new music and just listen. Daniel Caesar. Um, yeah, man. Just like It's Sabrina Claudio. I like her shit. She's dope.
Oh yeah, she
In
dope for
fact,
sure.
I got a concept. I listen to like hip hop, R&B, everything that y'all listen to. Then I still listen to a lot of like old school music, rock, alternative music, a little bit of everything. But lately, I kind of been just like vibing out to Dance in Shadows, my album, because I'm like, all right, is anything missing? Like just those last minute like changes that you might hear for the album, like just little vibes, you know.
How many records you got on the album so far?
So far it's 11. It's 11 records that I picked out of like, I don't know, like 150, 200 that I did over the past like 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy. But the crazy part about it is like there's like there's music that I have that after the album comes out, like maybe a few months later, I still might like release a song here, a song there, like you know what I mean? Just because of the way
Okay.
that the market's set up, like you can just release music whenever. And shout out to Empire, my business partner, distribution partner, for coming on board and allowing me to get my creativity out there. Any
What's
more
some of
questions?
your
Let's see.
favorite songs from your old albums?
Oh man, Music for Love, Kryptonite, Crying Out for Me,
Hey,
Stranded.
Crying Out for Me, bro, was my shit. I gotta say that right. That's my shit.
Yo, thank you, bro. Yeah, that's my joint, man. Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Polo the Don, Casper. That was a crazy, like, that was a fun time. That's when I was living in Atlanta, like, for like a year when I recorded that album. So that was crazy. That was a fun time, bro. Like in music, there was a lot of shifts going on in music, and again, man, just keeping R&B alive in a new and fresh way. I mean,
Right.
shout out to Zone 4, Polo the Don. So, you should let me love you.